Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 8 of Vault Hunters. So, as you saw, I did 2 vault runs in between episodes, and I've got quite a bit of loot. I'm going to throw on some of my other gear so that I don't end up breaking any of this stuff on accident. But I must say, this Paxel here performed very well. Honestly, it was probably one of the best decisions I've made. It is just super useful to have. But now for the loot. So this was run 1 and this was run 2. If we take a look here, we should have, this is all of our vanilla stuff. I grabbed an anvil because I have almost broken the other one. But 8 shulker shells is pretty nice. And what, hold on. I think that's a bug. Yeah. Okay. I might have to report that. But that's kind of funny. Um, then this is all of our regular loot. We got a unidentified vault chest plate, which is super good. Not a whole lot here to talk about. It's just normal stuff. The 12 knowledge essence is huge, but and then a bunch of gems. I found like 4 or 5 of the gem mine areas, and as you can see, we got quite a bit. Then on to run 2 of the normal stuff. You can see here, we got some more gems and 37 knowledge essence, which is just absolutely huge. I don't know how I got that many, but that's awesome. And we also did get a rare ashium ore, which is pretty cool. Another jewel that's not very useful. A whole lot of loot, over 2 stacks of bronze, which obviously will be very useful coming up in the future. And then normal stuff, not a whole lot to discuss. If we grab these, though, I put them on top, but I don't really want them to be on top anymore. I'll be able to place them down on the ground and open them up. So this is run number 1. We can go ahead and open it, and it looks pretty good. Let's see what we got. So a living affinity jewel, durability, it's not that good. We did get vault leggings, which is super good, and more boots. So these are all chip jewels, not very useful. The blank seal is okay, but overall that's not a great one. But 2 pieces of vault gear, that's pretty good. Open the next one. Let's see here. So we got another blank seal. We got an unidentified epic vault axe, which is good. Coin affinity jewel, another size or durability. Soulbound, wooden affinity, picking, and regular Scrappy Plus axe, and a 13% trap disarm. That's pretty good, but it's a really big size, so it's not that useful. Let's go ahead and roll these. Alrighty. So, for our chest plate, nothing too interesting, just 4 armor and 3 health. I think my chest plate is definitely better, but you can see it gives me abs. That's kind of cool. Then pretty bad leggings, not that interesting. The 4 item quantity is good, but not great. Boots, same type of deal, not very good. The epic axe, it's a really low attack damage, and I think honestly for a epic axe, it's not that good. But that's my opinion. Yeah, and our Scrappy Plus even has a better attack damage, same attack speed. I guess it does have Holy, but I would say overall they're just not that good. So all of them are going to end up in here, where they will stay until one day I decide that I need to do something with them. With everything put away, I decided it would be a good time to talk a little bit about the study that I've been doing in Romans. It's not really that structured anything. I've just been trying to read one chapter of Romans each day, and I thought I would share with you guys a little bit about what I've been thinking and learning as I've done this. It might be something that I continue to talk about in the future, or I may never talk about it again. We'll see how it goes. But I was just reading in chapter 5 of Romans, and I really liked how, I think it was Paul. I will put it on the screen if I'm wrong about that. Paul was writing Romans, and he basically was talking about how God's Holy Spirit is poured out on us, and so we can do things because of that we couldn't do without God. And so I just find that amazing because I am not perfect, and so with God's Holy Spirit, I can really, with the Holy Spirit, I can do so much more than I could by my little old self here in Minecraft. But with His Holy Spirit, I can do so much more. And also in chapter 6, it kind of struck me as he was talking that, or writing, I suppose, that while we are free from sin, if we are saved, that doesn't mean that we're free from temptation. And so oftentimes I feel like that gets read and it's like, oh, your life's going to be perfect now. Which, if you're saved, obviously that is not the case. Life still has its difficulties, but we have to find a way to work through them. And yeah, temptation is still a part of our lives, but it's part of our life, and Jesus can help us with that, which is the idea, right? On a completely separate note, I've had to turn off my fan in my room because it is currently about probably 75 or 80 degrees in here, and I have a fan that is blowing at about Mach 10, and I can't record with it on. So I've had to turn it off whenever I record my bits right now, and then once I'm done recording, I go back and I turn it on because it is outrageously hot in my room. But we can go ahead and claim our reward. Sweet. We get a pretty simple bounty crate. Not a whole lot of extra interesting stuff, but what we can do is we can choose a new thing. Find 5 wild focuses or try to find that Escallion ore. I think I'm going to go with the wild foci. And also, we have enough wild foci here. Getting that made me think about it, that we could try and get this to be a better sword than our current sword right now. So if we take a look, this has 11 attack damage and a poison cloud plus 8% attack speed. Really, the idea would be to try and find a sword on the right that is better than the sword on the left. Oh wow, that's a pretty good one. So, ooh, we can take a look here. So it has a plus 4.5 attack damage, which I think is pretty good. I don't like the fact that we don't get that poison cloud or extra attack speed, but we still have that roughly 64% sweeping hit chance, which is super good and can be useful to help with like tons of mobs. But if we had an extra 4.5, so if we take a look, holding our main sword, we're doing 12 attack damage, and holding this one, we're doing 15.5. I think it's better. It'll be a mixed bag to not have the poison cloud. I really do like the poison cloud, but I think healing cloud is a good enough compensation for it. Yep, that's right. We finally had enough to make another knowledge star, which is pretty cool, but as you can see now, I am basically completely out of biniatite. It took nearly all of that I had, and it's completely gone now. I have tons of Larimar, but basically no biniatite. I used all like 8 of my ore blocks, and I even selected Fortune so that I could get Fortune 4, and I still only got 15 out of those 8, so it wasn't that great. But we'll just have to keep an eye out. It's interesting that I'm running low on Biniatite and I'm not running low on Knowledge Essence because I have enough Knowledge Essence and Vault Diamonds to actually make a new one, but it is the Biniatite that I'm lacking, which is a new experience. So we are left with the dilemma whether or not I decide to wait and get simple storage networks, which I think would be pretty good since it's going to be a long way off until we get applied energistics or refined storage. I'll probably end up going with applied energistics, but or we could try and spec into drawers. I think would be nice, or there might be something down here. Snad would be okay. I don't think it's super useful, but I expected some of these to be cheaper. Pipes, probably not the greatest thing, but it would be good for some automation. But I think our best bet is to wait and try and get more Biniatite. I will have to keep an eye out for it in the shop because I'm sure that we can buy some in here, and also whenever I am looking in vaults, I'll have to be trying and getting some. Well, with that in mind, I think that the best thing for us to do is just to run another vault. I'm kind of lost, and doesn't really seem to be an easy way to guarantee that I'm going to find some Biniatite in a vault. Been looking around for it, but guess what? We're over 1,000 chickens. Uh, yep, not really that interesting, but hey, there's a lot of chickens now. That's cool, right? We can go ahead and put our stuff on. Throw that in there, something like that. Grab our crystal, and we should basically be ready to go. Oh, interesting. So this is not a monolith vault like all of the other ones we've had. If you look up here, it says gather elixir from loot, ores, and mobs. And I don't see like a thing, but I guess we can just leave whenever, I suppose. That seems to be the idea. Okay, well, at least it'll be a little bit interesting. Alright, so as I'm gathering ores here, I did find a little bit of Biniatite, but you can see as I'm mining the ores, I'm getting these like blue gems. I get them as I open chests and basically do just about anything inside the vault. And my bar up at the top is filling up slowly. So my assumption is once I get that all the way up to the top, I will be able to exit the vault and get my crate. This is awesome. It's another X-Mark room, and once again, I'm getting this weird bug. I probably need to double check and make sure that I don't have an update to my game. Well, it was a treasure one, so lots of good stuff. Ooh, and a shield. And now, after I finished it while I was down there, it's asking me to find a lodestone. I don't really know what that is, but my spawn is that way, and I'm going this way. Oh, I think this is a lodestone. Vault complete. Oh, I'm getting teleported back? What? Hold on. I didn't want to leave, but I thought I thought I, oh, well, not a bad vault, but I wanted to stick around some more. I thought it was gonna be just like everything else where I had to leave through the portal. I guess that's not the case. But on a good note, I did get a lot of stuff. Okay, well, I thought I was recording, but it turns out I was not. So I'll give you the lowdown real quick. We did get a little bit of stuff, but only one Biniatite order, or not a whole lot of loot. But in our bounty crate, we did get these 4 things. We got a legendary, or a rare helmet, a rare shield, another vault sword, and some boots. These are pretty bad. And we also found this shield in the vault, which it's not very good. So if we take a look here, I think that my model is significantly better already. Yeah, by 2 armor. Or this shield honestly isn't that bad, but my idol is just super good. Sword, not that good. And vault boots, the 6% increased damage would be good, but they do have 1 less armor. So once again, I think I'm sticking with what I got. So it seems to me like all these ruins are used for is basically just for coloring your gear. And so if we click on this, basically you can color all of your gear into any of the enchantment colors, which I think is a really cool way of doing it. So I think I want to enchant my axe red. So grab a red ruin, and then what we can do, put it in there with that, and now I have a red glowing axe. Or I suppose it's not an axe, it's a sword, but that looks really cool. And then I want to enchant all of my gear here to be green. Oh, that looks kind of weird. I'm not 100% sure if I like it. It's moving really fast and is kind of mesmerizing. So I'm not 100% sure if I like it. There is a way you can just use blank ruins to take off the enchantment glint. I'll do that on the chromatic iron pick. Oh, apparently it costs 5 levels, and I do not have enough to do that. But you could see there it takes off the enchantment glint. I might end up doing that because I think that would actually look better. But you do have to admit this is kind of interesting. Oh, I almost forgot. We have this bounty here that we can claim. So go ahead and claim that. Let's see what we get. Just some regular stuff and some vault boots, which is good. Why did those not? Maybe we get something good? Probably not. No, not that good. They go into the pile. So we could try and select our mining bounty and then go ahead and re-roll it using the bounty table, but I think what I want to do is I just want to try and complete the next vault. It's the really basic route of things, but I think I can complete the next one, and yeah, and that'll set us on our right path. But I think that is where we are going to have to call it for today. I have reached the end of kind of the plan for today's episode. I feel like I could go back into another vault, but then I feel like the episodes just get too long, and right now I'm bordering 20 minutes, and I could try and squeeze in some more progress, but I don't think it would be that useful. Um, if you like seeing the really long form episodes, I am sorry, but this is much easier for me, and right now I am currently sweating sitting in my room, and it's actually cooler outside than it is in my room, so I'm planning to go outside and sit down for a while. Should be nice, but other than that, thank you very much for watching this episode. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. It's always a blast for me. I love creating episodes, making Minecraft content. It's just so much fun. It's very different from most of my everyday life, but it's a good different. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in episode 9 of Vault Hunters. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.